Hello, my name is Diana Andrus. Welcome to my video presentation on personality assessment in employment decisions. In the early 1920s, Edward Strong Jr. constructed the Strong Vocational Interest Blank Test, which consisted of 420 items. The aim of the test was determined for the interest areas for men seeking employment positions. In 1935, a women's version of the test was constructed containing 410 items that came along with the manual. In 1974, a combined form of the male and female version was established under the surveillance of David Campbell. This combined form was known as the Strong-Campbell Interest Inventory. The latest version of this test was made in 2004. The Soroka-Dayton-Hudson Corporation case in 1989. Seba Soroka filed a lawsuit in a California court. He challenged the practice of the corporation requiring applicants for the position of store security officers at Target stores to take and pass psychological screening, so therefore claiming that this was an invasion of privacy. Target store, which is a national retail chain, established this test in which they called Psych Screen in 1988. The store valued the test because it established good judgment and emotional stability in SSOs. The court ruled in favor of the plaintiff, stating that such a practice was a violation of the right to privacy, cited by Camara and Miranda 2000. This was the first case ever challenging personality testing in employment decisions by a private firm. In 2005, employees of Rent-A-Car brought a case against the corporation. The employees were against the use of psychological assessment to make decisions about hiring employees for management positions. The plaintiff stated that the test violated the provisions of the Americans with Disabilities Act, and the court ruled in favor of plaintiffs. Current practices there are many current practices used in these assessments. There are thousands of personality assessments applied in making the employment decisions. Two types of tests are objective tests and projective tests. Objective tests are paper and pencil tests and is administered in group settings that contain true and false answers. Projective tests are administered individually in controlled settings, and the test taker interprets the ambiguous stimuli in an open-ended way. Both of these tests are cited by Mello 19. To determine the importance to determine if an applicant fits a particular employment position. To assess whether an employee being considered for promotion would be a fit for responsibilities for the new position. To detect potential employees who are mentally unstable or have psychological disorders, cited Careless 2009. Detention of whether candidates can engage in theft against their future employers and fellow employees, cited by Careless 2009. And personality assessments are predictors of employee performance, which is cited by Hogan and Roberts 1990. Other importance are to aid in the selection of candidates who will be an asset to the company, Reed 2000. To help candidates and employers have a specific understanding of the personality of their potential employees, cited Reed 2000. Also, to help employers predict how candidates will behave in multicultural settings, especially since today companies are made of employees from different backgrounds, cited Ramesh Hazuka 2008. The Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory was developed by Stark Hathaway and John McKinley in 1943. It has 566 false true test items that's administered by paper and pencil and online. The test can be taken with 60 to 90 minutes time frame, cited by Duckworth 1991. There's also an audio version for semi-literate test takers, and its score takes place by computers. Also, a revised version of the MMPI was developed in 1980. Number 2, the Neo-Personality Inventory, developed by Paul Costa Jr. and Robert McCrane in 1990, measures 5 main dimensions: neuroticism, extroversion, openness, agreeability, and conscientiousness. Neuroticism relates to the extent of emotional turmoil of the test taker. Extroversion is the degree of sociability and assertiveness. Openness refers to the ability to learn from the environment and within. Agreeableness relates to the ability to create friendships, have sympathy, and believe that others hold similar views as the test takers, whereas conscientiousness is concerned about planning and organization and executing the plan. Cited Cohen. Neo-PIR administration designed for individuals who are 17 years and older. It consists of 240 items. These items are description of behaviors. Test takers choose responses on a 5-point scale. Test takers respond to test items in an average of 35 minutes. Their self-administered computerized scoring is available. Employees complete the test in formal backgrounds using pencil and paper. Test takers can access their scores in the NEO summary, which provides a summary of the assessment and provides results of a test taker's domain level. The levels can be high, low, or medium. For instance, one can score a high on neuroticism, a medium on extroversion, a high on openness, a low on agreeability, and a medium on conscientiousness. Cited Cohen 2000. The figure shows the 5 personality traits applied in the Neo-PIR and the possible explanation and descriptions attached to them by test users. Number 3, the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator is developed by Catherine Briggs and Isabel Myers. It's based on 4 distinctive areas. The MBTI refers to each of the 4 distinct areas as extroversion, introversion, which is where one gets energy. Sensing and intuition is how individuals observe information. Thinking and feeling is how individuals make decisions. Judging and perception is how individuals relate to the outside world. Cited Roseman 2014. Training of these test users is significant to help them ensure that the test taker is in proper mindset to respond to test items so that they can respond to the test from the best perspective of themselves. Cited Roseman 2000. The Myers-Briggs test indicator has 93 items, all of which are self-reporting and can be completed in a 25-minute time frame. Cited Roseman 2014. Training of test users is recommended, and it can be taken using paper and pencil format, and the scoring interpretation may take place instantly. Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. Considerations for test takers. Taking the test should be volunteer and results must be confidential. It's recommended that the test taker meets with the test taker to discuss results and clarifications. It's unethical for the test taker to complete the test and interpret the results on their own. And the test users must prepare test takers for the test, providing them with information on how the test is scored and interpreted. Cited Roseman 2014. Some conclusions that can be made after the test taker completes the MIBT. For instance, the conclusion ISTJ stands for introversion, sensing, thinking, and judging. Therefore, such a test taker could be described as responsible, sincere, analytical, reserved, realistic, systematic, hardworking, trustworthy, and with some practical judgment. Cited Roseman 2014. To determine the importance to determine if an applicant fits a particular employment position. To access rather an employee being considered promotion would be a fit for responsibilities for the new position. To detect potential employees who are mentally unstable or have psychological disorders. Cited Careless 2009. Detention of rather candidates can engage in theft against their future employees and fellow employees. Cited by Careless 2009. And personality assessments are predictions or predictors are. This figure above shows the 16 personality factors as indicated by Raymond Cattell. 16 personality factor questionnaire is designed for individuals of 16 years and older. Instructions are simple and direct. It's very self-administrated. It can be taken individually or in groups. Can be scored by hand or computer. Test users interpret the test, or test users can use manuals and reports for interpretations. cited Scrunger, 1992. Number 5, the Occupational Personality Questionnaire measures 32 different personality styles. It provides an interpretation of a potential employee's behavior style. The information helps employers describe how the employee will fit in their working environment. Employees make forced choice responses, picking characteristics that describes them in the best or least way possible, and it has a maximum of 104 test items intended for practical setting, and the test is untimed but may be completed in a 45-minute time frame. The Occupational Personality Questionnaire score and interpretation. The test has a score and interpretation manual provided, concrete descriptions of behaviors on each of the 32 scales. The test takes the format of pencil and paper and can be scored manually. And the interpretation of the results is done in the presence of the test taker. Number 6, the California Psychological Inventory is a self-reported test developed by Harrison Gu. It contains 434 items. 194 of these items were taken from the MMPI. In the development of the CPI, the international psychologists were actively involved in formulating the CPI so that it could reflect the values of different nations, cited Ramesh, 2008. Because of this, the GPI is found in several languages. The existence of doubts on whether personality tests should be used in employment decisions has brought to light to many issues. There is vacant in these assessments. Candidates of high intellectual can select responses that would work in their favor, cited Tet and Simonet, 2011. Discrimination. Some items could discriminate against individuals with disabilities on the basis of gender or race. The Americans Disability Act stipulates that employers should not conduct medical examinations on their candidates, as this would be invasion of privacy. The MMPI could be used to determine psychopathological, which is unnecessary data in some professions. This instrument should be applied only in professions that an employee could cause public harm. For instance, pilots, police officers, cited Camaro and Miranda, 2000. There are references listed in alphabetical order which follows this presentation. I would like to take this time to thank you for allowing me the opportunity to present my video presentation on personality assessment in employee decisions. Thank you.